General exception. General exception in IPC, general exception in BNS. 14 to 44 BNS, 76 to 106 IPC, earlier IPC obviously, but you must know IPC also if you want to learn BNS, right? So what is general exception? General exception, the name says it is actually exception. So why of general exception? Everyone knows कि general exception क्या है, क्यों है and all, but why general exception is there? For that you must read note B, मैकॉले मैकॉले का एक बुक है, वहाँ पर नोट बी पे यहाँ उन्होंने बोला है कि general exception is big, a chapter is there because not you cannot treat every person the same way. You cannot treat a child, a 5-year-old child, and a 28-year-old man or woman who has committed the same offense the same way, right? The many thing will come under consideration. A 5-year-old has not that level of understanding which a 28-year-old can have, right? So that is why this chapter is there. To it is not possible for me to append all this thing with every section. That is why I am giving you a chapter, which the chapter will be applicable upon the whole IPC and not only on IPC. If you read section 40 para 2, I am not able to recollect what actually section 40 para 2 has been now in new BNS, but yes, general exception will also be applicable upon local laws and all special laws. Today we will say ki now okay, a small point. Section 6 IPC. Now section 3 clause 1 BNS. What it says? It says it is judge's duty. From where we actually interpreting ki it has been written, it has not written actually expressly, but it has used the word shall. Shall. The word shall and many Supreme Court judgment, Munshi Ram is there and all, it has been said by the Honorable Supreme Court that it is judge's duty to tell the person if that person is coming under any kind of exception. So it is judge's duty to tell the person that hey, you are coming under this exception, you must avail this protection. If you want, you can avail this protection. So if a judge is saying this, so there must be a balance. From where this balance is coming? It is coming from Indian Evidence Act. Now Bharatiya Sakshi Adhiyan 108 section Bharatiya Sakshi Adhiyan, earlier one Indian Evidence Act 106 section Indian Evidence Act, it said ki it is judge's duty. Judge shall presume ki that person is not coming under general exception. Which what does that mean? It means it is that person's duty to prove ki that person is coming under general exception. It is very important thing to learn this. You must attend my Indian Evidence Act class. Presumption is a very important part in Indian Evidence Act or Bharatiya Sakshi Adhiyan. So you must learn this ki what shall presume means. Okay, for now you just remember ki that person will prove, the onus of proof will be upon him to prove कि I am coming under this exception. The judge shall presume कि that person is not coming under this exception. Fine, this point is clear. Now, mistake of fact, mistake of law. Mistake of fact is excusable. Mistake of law is never excusable. Now, section 76, 79. 76 is actually based upon compulsion. 79 deals with legal justification. Nothing is an offense which is done by a person who is bound by law to do it. 76. Now, section 14 BNS. Nothing is an offense which is done by any person who believes himself to be justified by law to do it. Section 79 IPC, now 17 BNS. Nothing is an offense which is done by a person who by reason of a mistake of fact and not reason of a mistake of law in good faith believes himself to be bound by law to do it. And section 79 which is now 17 BNS. Nothing is an offense which is done by a person by reason of a mistake of fact and not of law in good faith believes himself to be justified by law. What did I do? I actually bifurcated the section. I know it is difficult to understand what I am saying in such a short time. In my class, I discuss it in detail. So for now, you just understand that 76 is actually talking about compulsion. 79 is actually talking about justification. And the second point is mistake of fact is excusable. Mistake of law is not excusable. 76 का एक मैं एग्जाम्पल दूँ कि ए पुलिस ऑफिसर he saws कि C was trying to do something to D. He runs to the spot and saw कि D has been died. He thought कि she has murdered D. तो she arrested तो A the police officer arrested C. After investigation it came out कि it was not C but it was B actually who actually had murdered D, and C was actually trying to protect D. So the police officer here will be justified under 76. It was mistake of fact, so he will come under mistake of fact 76 ka it was his, or also it was his duty. If he is saying, it will also come under 79 ki it was his duty to arrest that person, so it will also come under that. Okay, and 79 का अगर मैं एक एग्जांपल दूँ, फॉर एग्जांपल कि अच्छा 76 का मैं एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ. 76 का एक अनदर एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि देयर वाज अ फादर, वन डे ही goes and cuts his child's throat saying कि he got some baba's divination. Baba means some sadhu, something like this. He said कि go and cut your child throat and the child will be recovered from the long coma. He goes and does that. Now this is not a mistake of fact. It was not a just reason. It was not a reasonable thing. It was not done in bona fide in nature. So it is not. It will not come under mistake of fact. So he will not get the benefit of 76. In 79 also it is not कि always आपके पास अगर पावर है तो आपने गोली चला दिया, मार दिया किसी को, एंड दे विल से कि वो इट वाज माय ड्यूटी तो एंड आई हैव 79 तो और 17 ऑफ BNS नाउ तो आई एम नॉट कमिंग अंडर एनीथिंग. तो नो, इट इज़ नॉट like that. If for example in Dakhi Singh case, the thief was running and the constable he actually murdered him, so it will not come under that. It will not. It was the thief. It was actually theft, right? It was the police officer had no right to take his life. He had the right to injure him. He could shot him in his leg, but he actually shot him in his back or something, so he died. It was not justified, so he will not get the benefit of 79. So there are so many things, there are so many things. I actually bifurcate all the what we first we learn ki what is mistake, then what is mistake of fact, then what is mistake of law, then there are so many example कि मिस्टेक ऑफ फैक्ट का एग्जाम्पल, मिस्टेक ऑफ लॉ का एग्जाम्पल, सो मैनी बहुत सारे हार्ड वर्सेस लेविटी का केस है, इग्नोरेंसिया जूरिस नॉन एक्सक्यूजर के एमी जॉर्ज का केस है. बहुत सारे केस हम स्टडी करते हैं, फिर हम बहुत समझते हैं कि मिस्टेक ऑफ लॉ क्या है, मिस्टेक ऑफ फैक्ट क्या है. उसके बाद स्टेट ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल शेर मंगल का एक केस है, तो हम वो भी करते हैं. फिर हम एक डिसीजन पे 76 और 79 को कंक्लूड करते हैं. तो इट इज़ एक्चुअली 2 hours class. Then we decide 76 and 79. So I am here giving you a very brief explanation. So please join my class if you want to learn in detail, and book a demo class with me.